Hey guys, today I'm gonna react to this video about Virgin's $13 billion Hyperloop. I heard about like Elon Musk's like the boring company, but I'm curious to see how like Virgin will do this, like their way of doing it. And it's cool because like the more companies get involved in like Hyperloop slash like trains on the ground, the cheaper it'll be and faster it will be too. So let's see.
On November 8th, 2020, Virgin made history by safely transporting the first people ever via Hyperloop. Passengers traveled at 48 meters per second in a two-seater
Whoa,
experimental
that's so
pod,
cool.
but the final commercial Hyperloop will be even more impressive. Meant to fit 28 passengers, it'll take you across the country in almost half as much time as an airplane at speeds up to 1,000 kilometers per hour,
Wow.
all while offering luxury cabins with everything from wireless charging stations to huge comfortable seats. Are you ready to take a trip on the very first Hyperloop? This is a Hyperloop, a system that uses electric propulsion and electromagnetic
Okay.
levitation under near vacuum conditions to create a new form of transportation that is faster, safer, and even cheaper than traditional railways.
Wow,
It
that's
works like
crazy.
this. One set of magnets repels and pushes the train up off the track, and another moves the train ahead. The two sets of magnetic waves work together to push the vehicle forward, reducing friction and allowing it to reach pretty extreme speeds. The super speed is achieved through minimizing air resistance. The Hyperloop's passenger pods move through a low-pressure
Okay.
sealed tube containing a vacuum that sucks out almost all of the air. It mimics the conditions of being at about 200,000 feet or 61,000 meters above sea level. The Hyperloop can propel pods at speeds of over 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles per hour. That's 3 times faster than high-speed rail and more than
Wow,
10
that's
times
crazy.
faster than traditional rail. As of 2019, Virgin is already
I think it'd be awesome to be if they make it like affordable enough to be like just go like say like because I'm from Oregon and be like, oh, I'm gonna go to California for the weekend and be back, and it just like won't have to pay for a crazy airfare.
raised $400 million from private investors for the Hyperloop project, with an expected launch date of 2030. But internal documents from
Okay.
2016 detailed the estimated costs for a 107-mile loop around the Bay Area to be much more expensive, $84 and $121 million per mile, for a total cost of $8.98 to $12.94 billion.
Wow, that's a lot.
But it's really not that bad in comparison to some other transportation projects. Britain's ongoing HS2 project, a high-speed rail network, is currently running at a reported cost of $415 million per mile. Virgin's
What?
Hyperloop
That's
definitely has
crazy.
some cost-saving strategies going for it. The Virgin Hyperloop can have tunnels about half the size needed for a high-speed rail, which could also cut the budget of construction down to almost half. For example, California's current high-speed rail project is projected to cost $80 billion.
Whoa,
Replacing
what?
it with a Hyperloop would be expected to cost about $40 billion. Quite the discount. But now that you know how a
Yeah.
Hyperloop really works, it's time to hop on one and see if this new mode of transportation is all it's hyped up to be. Let's take a bike in a futuristic pod. This is our transportation pod. Isn't it beautiful? With Virgin's Hyperloop, there are no timetables. Several pods can depart in the same minute, and they all travel directly to their destination with no stops. At $20 per ride and about 15 million trips per year, the Hyperloop could potentially gross $300 million annually. Today,
Wow,
we're
that's
heading across the
crazy.
country from New York City to Los Angeles. It's a distance of 2,445 miles, or 3,936
So
kilometers.
it's like
That would normally
4
take 7 hours and
hours,
43 minutes by plane,
maybe.
23 hours and 47 minutes by train, or 47 hours and 30 minutes by car. But with the Hyperloop, our ride is going to be an efficient 4 hours and 28
Oh
minutes
yeah,
long.
the 4
Let's
hours.
take
Yeah.
our seats. The pods are made of durable and recyclable materials. There's even preserved moss in the cabin. We can store our luggage in these racks. There are 28 passengers per pod, and they get to choose from these spacious seats. This is no cramped subway ride. Just check out the skylight shining down into our cabin. We'll get a peek at it every time our pod comes out of a tunnel and travels above ground. We can place our phone on our personal wireless charging station. We better sit down now because it's time to depart. No matter what we encounter, the pod will easily conquer our route. It can climb 10% inclines with a velocity of 100 meters per second, a 6-time improvement over high-speed rail. There's a
Wow.
tight turn coming up, but that won't bother us either. The pod will bank around turns similar to a plane gliding through air. We'll feel barely any acceleration as the pod smoothly completes turns that are 4.5 times tighter than high-speed rail. This allows us to smoothly reach
Wow.
high speeds with a turning radius capability of 1.36 kilometers at 100 meters per second. The pod is also
That's just
looking
so
out for our safety.
crazy.
The pod safety controller continuously monitors our condition. It's air conditioned and scrubbed of CO2 and airborne contaminants. Plus, there's an automated fire suppression system. The pod also uses rapid tube repressurization. Venting valves along the tube's length can safely and quickly repressurize the.
It makes me wonder how long they've been working on this. Cause that's just crazy. They literally have like a plan for everything, and I really like time remaining. Like this is so cool. Like being able just to sit there and you look up and you can see how far you are away from your destination. So that is really cool.
Cabin. The tube also contains emergency exits every 75 meters, so there's no need to feel like you're trapped underground. But it looks like we finally
Well, that's
reached our
good
stop.
because I'm
The pod uses a
claustrophobic.
handy LED notification system to tell us when the ride is over. The airlock will gradually and safely bring the vehicle out of the near vacuum environment, and we can step out into sunny LA. The Hyperloop isn't just super convenient, it's also much better for our environment. It's fully electric with zero direct emissions,
Oh, that's
and solar
cool.
panels can be installed on the outer surface of the tube. It will also have unparalleled economic benefits. A proposed route between the Indian cities of Mumbai and Pune, a distance of about 75 miles, will be able to move 150 million passengers annually. The 4-hour journey will be reduced to just 25 minutes, while taking 150,000 tons of CO2 out of the air every year. Citizens will be able to live and work where they want, creating an estimated $36 billion in socioeconomic benefits. Over the lifespan of the
Wow.
project, the Hyperloop could create 180,000 new jobs. If Virgin is right about their ambitious project, the benefits of this new mode of mass transportation could change the future of travel forever. One of the
Yeah,
most
right?
expensive transportation projects currently underway is the Persian Gulf Railway System for an estimated $250 billion. So maybe a Hyperloop really does offer a cheaper and more flexible way to travel. Well, if it all works according to plan. Thanks for watching.
Man. No, that's just so awesome. Like, I remember when Elon Musk and, like, the Boring Company, when they first announced it, I was like, man, this is going to change so many things. Like, I mean, especially, like, I mean, not just, like, being, like, cheaper than taking a plane, like, say, from, like, Oregon to California. It's just, like, I mean, the amount of, like, gas a plane uses is crazy, but no, that'd be really nice. And I was thinking too, because there's like, like when you work, like, say, in these different cities and they're so dense and so hard to find parking. And I was thinking what's cool about, like, that is, like, you don't have to worry about parking, and you could just, once you get there, you're there, and then you just, like, go to work or whatever, or you know, because I mean, if he's right, it's like supposed to be $20. I mean, you could literally choose whatever job you want to do. Like, you can live out in, I don't know, like, live out of the city, like, really far away, but then you go to the city when you want to go to work. And I think it's, like, I also thought it was interesting because I thought the Hyperloop was more like something underground, but I didn't get, like, how you were saying, like, it's like the whole tube, how it's kind of like reduces the error and, like, make it so it, like, goes quicker. So, but I mean, I'm excited to see them complete this, and I'm excited to see the more companies that start getting involved. And I definitely want to try it one day. But I don't know if I missed it or not, but when they were going through, like, the safety, like, steps of what could happen, it makes me want to, like, so, like, if one stops, does that mean all the pods behind them just stop too? Because that would be bad if you're going like 600 miles an hour and then suddenly it just stops and then something else hits you. But I'm sure they probably have they've already thought of that. But if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, and thank you very much. And also, if you can, like, if, say, like, if there's like a Hyperloop Which city would you like it to to go to from where you are? Leave in the comments down below what you think.